Hello YouTube world, Pretend Farmer here. Not a real farmer, just pretending. Today I'm going to show you an easier way to deal with your water this winter when it wants to freeze on you. Let's get into it. This is one of the most popular types of waterers out there, just the gravity fed trough style waterers. And as you can see, it's kind of cold this morning. This sucker is frozen as hard as a rock. Now these tend to be a pain in the butt when they freeze like this, because the only way to really resolve this is to take them in, run them under hot water, and then you can eventually get the block of ice out, thaw it, and refill it. Let me show you what a pain in the butt that is. So you can get a waterer like this for about 10 bucks at Tractor Supply, and this is what I use in the summertime. Very handy, they're cheap, you just replace them when they break. But this is brittle plastic, so you can't just take this thing out when it freezes and throw it on the ground to bust the ice out of it and then refill it. You're gonna end up cracking the trough, breaking the reservoir. They're a little bit fragile in the cold. So these are not the best for wintertime use. If you live in places where it gets below freezing, your water's going to freeze. There's about 3 different ways you can combat that. Number one is you can get a heated waterer or a heated plate to set your water thing on, and that'll keep it thawed out. Only problem with that is you need a constant power source, and a lot of people don't have power sources out at their chicken coop, which means you got to run an extension cord from somewhere. Well, the Pretend Farmer has found that to be not so ideal or convenient. So we don't do that here on the Pretend Farm. What we've done traditionally is we've taken our other waterer that's hanging and we've thawed it. And typically if you thaw it in the morning, it'll stay thawed for the rest of the day. And then you do the same thing the next day. But that can get to be a pain in the butt. So then the other option, which is probably the best choice, is just simply bring your water inside at night and hang it back out in the morning. Your chickens aren't going to drink at nighttime, so they don't need it, they won't miss it. You hang it out in the morning, it's already room temperature. It's probably going to be fine that way. There is one other option though that the Pretend Farmer has never tried until now, and I gotta say, this is working pretty good. These rubber pans here you can buy at just about any farm store. I got this one at Tractor Supply, and they're flexible and almost indestructible, which is pretty cool. As you can see there, that ice plate looking thing was the water that they had yesterday that froze in the bottom of that pan. I literally just turned this upside down, squeezed it, and that fell out. And then I just poured about 1.5 gallons of new water in there for them. This will last them all day, but you can see these things, you can kick them, you can throw them, you can flex them any way you need to bust the ice and dump it out. It just takes a couple seconds, and then you refill them with fresh water. So I know what you're thinking. Pretend Farmer, why not just take your other waterer in every night, let it stay warm in the house, and then hang it out in the morning? Why did you need to buy this rubber pan? Well, let me tell you what the advantage to this is. On those days when the temperature really doesn't want to get up above freezing, ultimately it's going to take this longer to freeze just because of sheer volume. Plus, when it does freeze, it's a whole lot faster to kick over, dump the ice out, and refill versus dealing with the plastic. This is going to hold up better because the rubber is stronger, more durable in the cold. Also, I've seen where a lot of people will take wooden blocks or something, put in there to float around, and that will help to kind of chip away the skim of ice as it tries to refreeze. It takes it even longer to freeze again. This is nothing new. This is nothing the Pretend Farmer invented. A lot of people do this with their chickens. And honestly, I think they like having the great big tub to drink out of. Snowdrop seems to like it. That's how we do our water for our chickens here on the Pretend Farm. Until next time, this is Pretend Farmer signing out.